Hello guys, my name is Amit Sani and I welcome you in this daily UPSC MCQ series. In the evening, these lessons are coming. In the morning, the Hindu and last videos they come. Both the lessons you need to follow, and PDF you're getting on daily basis. Important current affair issues from PIB, from the Hindu newspaper, the Indian Express newspaper, other magazines and other important sources we are referring here. And let's start the lesson. Paid courses are available at 159 rupees per month. Very affordable one and very important one. Totally exam oriented courses by 3 important faculties. They are available there. Any query regarding the payments, any issue you face there, then you can contact on those 2 numbers. Many calls we are getting, thousands of calls are coming every day, so that's why sometimes the response you may not get, but try more and you will get the answer there. Okay, so that's the issue, and very effective these things are. The sale is also going on regarding these courses. The description is given below the video. These are 2 numbers where you can call, and the PDF you will get here on this Telegram channel, which is given here on this Facebook group. You can follow me on Instagram too. And this is the sale that's going on. It will stay till 30th of October. So that's the last date, and take advantage here. Gale Crater. Gale Crater is located in which area? Antarctica, Arctic Ocean, Moon and Mars. You see, for craters, Moon is extremely famous, but craters are also found on Mars too. Okay, on Earth also craters are present which were created in the geological past. So the Lunar Lake in Maharashtra, that was a crater, and the water is filled in that. So Gale Crater is being studied by NASA since 2012. The Curiosity Mars rover is moving there on the surface, and they are studying the Gale Crater there. Important information has been given by a Curiosity rover, and obviously the answer would be D, Mars here. Sometimes you may confuse these craters with Moon, but the Gale Crater is there on Mars. Mars had salt lakes. This is the information given by Curiosity, and this issue was published in the journal Nature Geoscience. It told that red planet's climate dried out a long time ago. According to the researchers, over 3 billion years ago, the lake that was present in Gale Crater, and there was a basin also, and that is being explored by Curiosity since 2012. So that's really important information. Many evidences they found that there was water and that was flowing on the surface, but today it's all a dried out desert there. You can see this is the globe of Mars, and this was the area where this Gale Crater was located, and the Curiosity rover, which is moving on the surface like a cart, and that is consistently exploring the details there. Next, River Bakura. River Bakura is located in which state? It's a very important river because although it's a regional river, but it is very important because it is associated with the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and one of the most important World Heritage Sites in India. And these are Ajanta Caves. They are there in northern Maharashtra in Aurangabad district. So C is the right answer here. And there was an issue in today's newspaper. It said that insects, pests and the water from Bakura River, they have become a huge threat for the Ajanta cave paintings. They were created between 2nd century BC to 5th century AD, and they were made out of the vegetable colors and all. Now they survived for thousands of years, but due to climate change, due to some other issues, due to some dampness and these chemicals which are there in the excreta and the liquids there by these insects and pests, they have become a huge threat. So we may lose this heritage. CSIR's NEERI Institute, the Environmental Engineering Research Institute, that has done this study, and they have told us that microbes, they are thriving because of the damp surface there, and the water is coming from the Bakura River. So they also call it Bakura River or Bakura River. So that's the issue. And on Ajanta Hills, these caves were carved out, and many important caves are there. Padampani cave painting is extremely famous, the world famous painting, and tourists from all over the world, they flock to this area. And Ajanta and Ellora, these two are the most important cave architecture in Maharashtra, and they are very old also. So there was the organic matter in the basal layer of the murals, and these are the harbors of microbes, because there were organic matter, and they are digesting on it. So this is the World Heritage Site since 1983, one of the first sites there, and very important ones. These are the details are given here, and Archaeological Survey of India, it is maintaining it. And rock cut Buddhist caves, 2nd century BCE to 480 AD, and these are mentioned in the memoirs of several medieval era Chinese Buddhist travelers, and in the documents of Mughal era King Akbar also they are mentioned. Okay, and for very obvious reasons there are viharas and chaityas, as these are very common architecture associated with Buddhist traditions. So the chaityas are the assembly halls, prayer halls, and viharas are the stays for these wandering monks, because in the monsoon season they used to stay there, and it served as a monsoon retreat for monks. So that was the only phase when they used to rest in these sites. Rest of the part of the year they used to roam here and there. This is the world famous Padampani painting, and this is the Bakura River's flow through these Ajanta hills. Next, aflatoxin M1. Yesterday I discussed this issue in much detail. Aflatoxins are chemicals, these are not antibiotics. This is wrong. Obviously they are procured from fungi, and Aspergillus fungi is there, and that produces these toxins, and these are aflatoxins, and they were asked by UPSC in 2015 prelims also. Very dangerous these chemicals are, and if the infection of these aflatoxins is there in any food items, any grain or any vegetable or anything like that, then it will stay there. You heat that food, you fry that food, and you do anything with that, this will stay. And these aflatoxins are cancerous substances, very dangerous these are. And in the processed milk, they were recently found, and 40% of the milk samples they failed in the FSSAI's quality check there. So that India's population over 1 billion people, and they are consuming milk, and 40% samples are failing, then you can understand the danger there. And there is infection of aflatoxins there, so this is really a huge concern. So non-compliance issues were found there, and in 1100 towns and cities, more than 6,000 samples they were analyzed, and 40% of them they failed. So that's really dangerous. Aflatoxins can cause liver cancer there, and this is the Aspergillus fungi's spore. Okay, these two important species aflatoxins, they produce Aspergillus flavus and Aspergillus parasiticus. You can see the issue which is given here. Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Kerala were top 3 states where aflatoxins residues were found in the milk samples. Next issue, UNHRC, Human Rights Commission. In yesterday's video, I made a mistake there. I told you that Venezuela was elected for a non-permanent seat of UNSC. That was a huge mistake. That was a blunder that I made. I'm very sorry for that. Actually, Venezuela won a seat in UNHRC, Human Rights Commission, which was established in 2006, surely as a part of the UN's reform process. So first statement is correct. And members are elected by UN General Assembly, but not for 2-year term, it is for 3-year term. Okay, so this second statement is wrong. And a maximum of 2 consecutive terms they will stay there for. So second is wrong, first is correct, only one is the right answer. You can see Venezuela won a contested election for a seat on UN Human Rights Council. Many issues, many allegations were put by Trump administration on Nicolas Maduro's government, but they sailed it through, and the support they got for these seats, 2 seats were allocated to South American region. One was won by Brazil, and second was won by Venezuela there. So that's a important issue, and US Ambassador Kelly Craft called the placing of Maduro's government on the council an embarrassment to the UN system and a tragedy for the people of Venezuela there. So that's a controversial thing. Here you can see the detail of UNHRC, established in 2006 as part of UN's reform process. Most important issue is that the resolutions passed by it, they are not legally binding. Okay, and they are responsible for promotion and protection of human rights. Members are elected by assembly with 3-year terms with a maximum of 2 consecutive terms, and the system is made up of 47 states. Okay. Next, International Coffee Organization. Yesterday we discussed the issue of a World Coffee Conference and Expo 2020. So next year it is going to happen in India, and it is the 5th edition there. That's correct. But who organizes that? International Coffee Organization, that organizes this World Coffee Conference. So second is correct, first is also correct, because it's a London based body and it was set up under a particular agreement for coffee under UN system. So under the auspices of UN, it was established in 1962. So both the statements are correct. C both is the right answer here. You can see 50 members are there, 40 are exporting countries. India is also the exporting country, 5th largest exporter, and 6 importing countries are there. It was established under the International Coffee Agreement in 1962, and under the auspices of UN it was established. It represents 98% of world's coffee production and 67% of world consumption. Earlier conferences were held in London, Guatemala, Brazil and Ethiopia, and 5th one will be there in India, and first time in India and first time in Asia, because these 4 are not in Asia. This was the information, and 5th World Coffee Conference and Expo 2020. Bengaluru is the coffee capital in India, and it produces nearly 70% of India's coffee, Robusta and Arabica coffee. What are their issues? You tell me that in the comment section. These 2 important varieties are there, and many controversies were there in the past. Next, merchant discount rate. This issue became very highlighted during the demonetization phase and the time after that, because digital payments, they became a norm, and they were promoted very much by the government of India. And MDR rate, it is not given by the banks to the merchants. It is not any discount. It is actually a charge that merchants pay to the banks, because merchants save their time and money, because they can accept the transactions from the debit and credit cards, and due to that facility, banks charge this MDR charges there on these merchants, and they pay that. Many announcements were done regarding their particular charges, and RBI is the body which specifies the maximum MDR charges for respective categories. So second is correct, first is wrong. Only 2 is the right answer here. You can see in January 18, it was announced that small merchants whose turnover is below 20 lakh rupees, they will pay a maximum MDR of 0.440% of the transaction, and others will pay 0.9% of the transaction there. And many developments they are also here. And government recently announced that MDR will not be imposed on customers as well as merchants on digital payments if these payments are made to big establishments whose turnovers are in excess of 50 crore rupees. So they will be charged for that. So that's the issue. And the Payments and Settlement Systems Act is applicable in this issue, 2007 Act. Okay, and RBI specifies the MDR charges there, that maximum amount, how much it can be. Next issue, lead. Lead can cross the placental barrier. Placenta is there around the fetus. We all know about that. It is covered in the placenta, and lead can cross that barrier. It can reach up to the unborn child, and it can damage the nervous system there. So that's the biggest harmful impact there. And it means pregnant women, they are vulnerable and they are exposed to lead, and their unborn kids are also exposed. So first is correct. Second, it is not IIT Delhi, it is IIT Jodhpur that has fabricated a highly sensitive device which can detect lead in water and in any other issue, and even the smallest amount is detectable by this device. So second is wrong because it is IIT Jodhpur. So only one is the right answer here. You can see sensor is highly specific to lead even in the presence of other metals. So IIT Jodhpur, and even it can detect the smallest amount of 0.018 parts per billion, ppb, and that is fabricated by IIT Jodhpur. And besides lead, it can be sensitive for mercury, copper, zinc, cadmium and chromium too, and it takes just 4 seconds to detect lead there. So that's an important issue, and you should go through this article, very important one, because lead is a highly poisonous substance. It is also under the list of air quality index there, because in the fumes of these vehicle exhaust, it is also found. Earlier it was found in the vehicle exhaust in a lot amount, because they did not use the sisa rahit petrol there, lead free petrol. They were using lead in the petrol and in diesel as a knocking agent, as a anti-knocking agent. So that was beneficial for the engines, but it was highly dangerous for people. So anyhow, people can absorb it through their skins, and it can be stored in our bones, blood and tissues. Okay, and it can replace and demineralize the bones also. And post-menopausal women, they are very much vulnerable with that, and the lead poisoning is seen too much in their bodies. These are the short-term overexposure consequences there, and these are the effects from prolonged exposure: depression, constipation, abdominal pain and distraction, forgetful, irritable. These all things are affecting your brain parts.